on the main line. Tell him what to owe. You can call him up and tell him what you owe. Oh, we're singing a spiritual. What was that other one? Hold to his hand.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel for another episode of Jonesing for the Dub. Thank you for tuning into our rookie season. We're so happy you're here. Excited to continue with another episode. So much is going on, girl. Like, the regular seasons continue to go on. The Commissioner's Cup just commenced. Congrats to the Minnesota Lynx. Y'all saw I got that right? Period. Anyway, also, we're about to be on an Olympic break. There's so much going on. So let's get right into it with the weekly W. All right, girls. So let's go ahead and talk about it. A'ja Wilson and Nike and the signature logo. First of all, I would like to say, make sure to follow us on socials because we have already entered the chat about this conversation, but we would be doing a disservice if we also did not bring it up here on a full episode on our channel. So let's just talk about a few things when it comes to this logo. If you did not know, let's give a little background. A'ja Wilson and Nike did drop A'ja's signature logo for her campaign, the A1, that will include a signature shoe later on, but also they already sold out on some t-shirts on Nike's website for this, including the logo. However, this logo is really a really good thing that's going to set A'ja up for success later in her branding. And if you know marketing, then you do know that. We'll get into that in a second. I want to talk about the scrutiny as well as just the disrespect that's been coming A'ja's way about this logo. It is okay to have an opinion that does not agree with the general population. A lot of people like the logo, including us here at Jonesing for the Dub. We understand it. I think it looks really cool on her shirt. I can't wait to purchase my shoes, shirt, everything that comes out that chain, baby. Anyway, but I do think if you do not like the logo, it is okay. But make sure to be respectful of WNBA players. We've talked about it on this podcast. They tweet about it, put it on their socials. One thing about the WNBA, they're not just going to shut up and let you come crazy at them. And that's exactly what happened with his logo. It was really disheartening to see the Just Women's Sports podcast. And yes, I'm going to call them out. I would expect if I did something wrong for someone to call me out as well. But it was disheartening for someone who was uplifting them so much. They literally had A'ja on their content all the time to call her logo ass. Of all the words you can think of, that's the one you came up with. You couldn't just say, I don't get it, I don't like it, maybe not for me, let's see what happens. You had to go with that type of profanity towards her when all she did was work with a creative marketing team. I know a lot of people think A'ja drew the logo and they just put it out, but are you serious? Like, think, quick, think. You think Nike would let her do that? Just put out a logo without any type of approvals? Come on. But it was just really sad to see that come from a media outlet that is really heavily followed, especially by these players. And they thought that was gonna eat. Didn't even chew, didn't even nibble. I wasn't even hungry, girl. Like, please, next time just think, because girl, boo, that really wasn't it. When you literally, and we know that because you deleted the post as soon as A'ja called you out on it. Like, I'm sorry, sis, it ain't it, and that's all right. Hopefully they'll send her an apology, something, because she's owed one. But I think it's important to understand if you don't know the marketing behind a logo, because to me, it's so obvious that logo is for the branding rollout. It's going to be on the shoe. It's already on the shirt. Like I said, the shirt that's sold out, and I'm gonna make sure to buy everything. But I think it's important to understand that if you don't know the marketing behind it, then maybe just respectfully give it an opinion you don't understand it and wait for everything else to come out, see how it's going to roll out. In fact, we kind of want to touch on this just a little bit further because everybody here at Jonesing for the Dub works in marketing. So we have a few more pointers and tips on why this really works for A'ja and why this logo will be successful.
To understand what makes an athlete's logo successful, you have to know what's worked in the past. As you can see, most of the logos follow the same formula. They focus either on the player's initials, their number, or a combination of the two. Most are fairly angular with sharp lines, while others feel more like signatures signed right on the shoe. They're designed to read as athletic and show off the same information as the back of a jersey. But only 3 of these brands have entered the greater world of fashion, while the others ride the bench. Air Jordans sell millions of units for billions of dollars worldwide. Kobe's influence lives on in the Mamba mentality, and Shaq will never outlive the backboards he shattered. So let's take a closer look at A'ja's logo. The elements are a star and the letter A, blended together to create an asymmetrical, rounded icon that scales incredibly well. Getting rid of harsh corners lets an icon stay iconic at any size. And the bold stroke with strong negative space helps it adapt to more color waves than other logos. It goes beyond what every other active player is doing right now. Asia is building a brand you can wear, not just to hoop in. The aesthetic of her logo reflects the vibrance of Las Vegas, the glamour of nightlife, the edginess of streetwear. It's clear she's not stopping at just a line of shoes. So what's with the controversy? New logos often spark a strong response in the public eye because they're meant to stand out. Think back to when Google dropped the serifs or Instagram added the gradient. People said they hated these design choices at first, but they came to define everything that followed them. So I have a hot take. Asia is on track to be the next Michael Jordan. And I don't mean she's going to take his place in Springfield, but her name is going to follow his in the world of fashion very soon. Just like Supreme can live alongside Louis Vuitton, the A1 has a chance to make history around the world 40 years after Michael did.
And now that you have that background, maybe think before you speak just women's sports. All in all, that's all we got to say about that. So let's move on to the next subject of the Weekly W. For some further things about especially Team USA, Cameron Brink unfortunately tore her ACL during an LA Sparks game, and she'll be out for the rest of the WNBA season, as well as she cannot compete in the 3-on-3 team for the Paris Olympics. So this time we have Dearica Hamby of the LA Sparks, Cameron's teammate, who is also on the 3x3 team for the FIBA World Cup. So she won gold. She has that experience, period. Also, Dearica is a dog on the court, so they are so lucky to have her. She will be joining the 3-on-3 team at the Paris Olympics. I love that for Dearica. I had a feeling it was going to be her because they needed another big, just like Cameron is, a forward. So I'm so excited for you, Dearica. Congratulations. So well deserved. Cannot wait to see you compete in Paris. So that's our update on Team USA. I know that's right. Another thing we have to update you on is if for some reason you were living under a rock, or maybe you're just taking a social media break because everybody needs a break every now and again, okay? But the ESPY Awards are coming up, and this week we learned about who is nominated for the ESPYs this year. And some WNBA players that have been nominated are as follows. Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson are up for Best Athlete in Women's Sports. Just a disclaimer, this is not referencing Caitlin's WNBA season, as she is just a rookie. There's not enough to name her Best Athlete. This is based on her season at Iowa, where she made the national championship runner-up, as well as breaking the all-time scoring record. That's why she's nominated for this. And then A'ja Wilson, who is also a defending champion of Las Vegas Aces. That's why she's up for those awards, you know what I mean? And then we have for Best WNBA Player, I know that's right, we have Nafisa Collier for the Minnesota Lynx, Brianna Stewart, aka Stewie, with the New York Liberty, Alyssa Thomas with the Connecticut Sun, and Miss A'ja Wilson with Las Vegas Aces. Child, whoever wins that award is well deserving of it, in my opinion, because they are all amazing players. The top scorer is literally in the league right now, so I get it. And also, lastly, we have the Las Vegas Aces nominated for Best Team, rightfully so, because they literally are the defending champs of the WNBA right now. So those are the ESPY nominations that we have for WNBA players. You can check out that full list on ESPN's site. Also, fans are a part of the vote for who wins these awards. It's part of it, as well as the experts voting together. It's a collaborative thing. So make sure to go and vote for your favorite players in these categories and make sure to see if they get their award. All right, girl, that's all we have for the Weekly W. I know it went by fast, but listen, there is more to come. Just subscribe to our channel, keep watching, watch our socials as well. You'll see more to come from there. But let's get into one of our favorite news segments called Rookies on the Rise. So we just want to highlight a few things because these rookies are running the game for the rookie class. I love to see it. And I want to give a special shout out to first Caitlin Clark, who is leading the rookie class in points per game as well as assists per game. Honestly, this is expected as Caitlin, while she is a scorer, she's a pretty giving point guard. She loves to pass to her teammates, create spots and shots for them. So it's good to see that she is scoring and also continuing to lead in assists. She did the same thing in college. Good for you, Caitlin. We love to see it. And on the other hand, we also want to talk about Angel Reese, which, disclaimer, no, they are not rivals. They are friends. Y'all made that shit up. Even Caitlin said that. However, let's highlight Angel Reese, who is making history. I know that's right. Angel Reese has made history by putting up 7 double-doubles in a row, which is the most for a rookie ever. And she's just going to keep going. Like, I'm not surprised at this because if you don't know, Angel's gonna shoot, but she's also gonna go to those boards. She ain't gonna let you get a rebound very easily, and we love that about her. She's literally so strong, and she's just gonna push you around and get to that rebound. She's gonna box you out, and you're not gonna get it easily. And I love that it's actually translating into this game because a lot of y'all had doubts that Angel wasn't gonna do well, and look at her. But that's Rookies on the Rise, y'all. All right, girls, so as we do every single episode, let's go into some highly anticipated games that are upcoming these next few weeks that we think you should definitely check out. So firstly, we have on Wednesday, July 10th, the Dallas Wings at the Phoenix Mercury at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Listen, I live in New York, so I live in Eastern Time, so a lot of times when we give you these games, I'm gonna say Eastern Time. Y'all have to figure it out from there. I can't do it, okay? Next, we have on Friday, July 12th, the Las Vegas Aces at the Atlanta Dream, and that's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And lastly, on Saturday, July 13th, we have the New York Liberty at the Chicago Sky at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's going to be on ABC. I really wanted to highlight this game because, as we spoke about in a few episodes ago, when games premiere on ABC, we get to see Andrea, Chene, and Elle together on the WNBA countdown. So make sure you tune into that at 12:30. That's usually 30 minutes before the game. And again, you cannot watch that game on your League Pass. When games are broadcasted nationally, like it will be on ABC, you need to watch that nationally on the actual channel. You cannot watch on League Pass. Don't log in because girl, it ain't gonna be there. We're so excited to see our favorite analysts take over, and those are our highly anticipated games. Speaking of double-doubles, your girl is a twin. Listen, there are two of me. If you don't like it, that's too bad because it's two of us. But as a special treat this episode, we are having my twin sister Morgan guest star on the show. For those who want to know as well, Morgan also grew up playing basketball, me a big fan of the WNBA, but also now she coaches, so she really is a bit more of an expert than I am. I know that's right. So let's welcome my twin sister Morgan to Jones It for the Dub. Woo! Hey! All right, y'all. So here she is. This is my twin sister, Morgan. Welcome to our very first Courtside with Maya Jones and our very first guest. I know that's right. How does it feel?
I feel famous, period.
I know that's right. You know what? We should all feel famous. But we're going to have some fun twinning content for y'all. So now I'm going to punt it to our fave, one of our team members, Parker, to start this off.
All right. So first, we did it at the beginning of our season, but we got to do it again. See how much you think alike. So we're kicking off with 2024 predictions. All right. And for these first few, give top 3 answers if you can. So who do y'all think is going to be the 2024 MVP?
One second, finish first. Shut up. Hell, you get on my nerves. Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
So do you want to go first?
Sure.
All right, first, my number 1 pick is A'ja Wilson because, duh. For somebody that has consecutive double-double games, I mean, is it even a question? Now, my second choice, though, they are a little neck and neck. I got Nafisa Collier because she is carrying the Lynx, trying to be like Maya Moore, back to back and back to back. And then for number 3, showing out at Phoenix, Kalia Copper. Because period, she's already been that MVP once when they won in Chicago, and now she's at Phoenix, and it's like, I'm still the same person. What's up? So that's my top 3. Okay, we were almost twinning. I have A'ja Wilson as number 1 because, again, duh. She's averaging like 29 points a game, absolutely. Nafisa Collier, she's also close behind A'ja in scoring especially, but also just as an all-around player. And I have Alyssa Thomas as my number 3. I had Ka kind of, but I think Alyssa because, 1, she was robbed last year as well with A'ja of the MVP title. No shade, Stewie. I promise I didn't shade at you. But I just think Alyssa's continuing to go off, so it just made sense. We were close.
All right. It's been a great season for the rookies. We love to talk about them here. Who do y'all think is going to be the rookie of the year? Top 3 again.
Okay, I'll go first this time. Excuse me. For my rookie of the year, I have Angel Reese at number 1. I think with her double-doubles and how she's going off, it's going to be a fun season. I have Caitlin Clark at number 2, leading in points and assists. I think she's going to keep going. And I have Camila Cardoso at number 3, who's now also a starter for the Chicago Sky, and I think she's going to keep going off. Okay, for me, I also have Angel Reese at number 1 because, like Maya said, she's going off, and it's quite insane to watch. I have Rakia Jackson at number 2 because I just think she's got a little spark to the sparks. And I have CC, Caitlin Clark, as number 3 because, of course, number 1 player, and she's giving Indiana that fire that they finally needed. I have Rakia, but the only reason I took her out is not her fault. I don't think the Sparks are using her as much as she could be used, and I think it's slightly taken her out of the running, not her fault. But as y'all know, Rakia was my pick at the beginning of the season for many reasons.
Parker, what's next?
All right, this one you only have to give me one, but I want to know who your pick is for most improved player 2024.
3, 2, 1.
Dejanay Carrington.
I put, hi, Melissa.
So for me, Dejanay, her defensive effort is insane. She is that six man for real for me for Connecticut, and she's doing everything she can to be a leader on and off the court. Girl, get that award, please.
The way Dejanay be picking pockets, I will be gripping my purse near her. Not saying she would steal, I just mean she is that good at defense. I would like she is shutting people down, and I just think how much she has shown up this season. We've seen her show in the past, but the way she's really putting Connecticut on is Dejanay. It's not even close in my opinion. 20.
What's next?
All right, now we're moving on from predictions into hot takes. We want to keep it real, tell the truth. The first question is kind of a double. Who do you think is the most overhyped and the most underrated team in the league right now?
Sorry. Overhyped. I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay.
For me, most overhyped is the New York Liberty. Listen. Okay, the New York Liberty are a good team. They are also a super team. They are literally the definition of a super team. They literally signed those players to make them who they are, and everyone saw that, oh, they're unbeatable. They're beatable. So to me, they're overhyped. That doesn't mean they're not talented, but to build a super team and still not be unbeatable, no shade, but shade. And underrated, I have the Phoenix Mercury, just because they also have been building a team this year because they had to trade some guards, things like that. And their chemistry has come together well, and I think people aren't paying attention to them because they are beating some of our fave teams, and I think they're going to continue to do that. I don't know if that's going to lead to them winning a championship, but I think they're a little under the radar sometimes, so that's me.
Okay. Overhyped, the Liberty, because without Ellie, what do y'all do for real? I'm just wondering. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
We love you, Ellie.
If it wasn't for Ellie and Stewie, I wouldn't even tune in. I'm just being honest. And for most underrated, I have to give it to the Wings because Enrique, girl, they don't appreciate you enough in the W, and I'm gonna give you your flowers, okay? Because she be popping off, and you got Kaylani Brown on the block. Like, come on, man. Got to give the Wings their wings. Help them fly, y'all.
You sure shaded Ellie?
Because, and I can't stand John Quill, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She is a little bit of a bully. I love watching John Quill play, but sometimes she be doing a lot. Sometimes. Yeah, Parker loves
I'm
John
sorry.
Quill.
I'm sorry.
That's my number one on the Liberty.
Sorry.
That's my reason for going to the games.
I'm so sorry.
We still like to watch John Quill play, but sometimes
Yeah.
she be stepping to people that she knows won't step back to her. Like, step to somebody who gonna come back at you, and she doesn't ever.
See, my thing is, I'm like, wow, she's so tall and strong and buff. She gets it every time.
Those are all true.
Yeah.
It's sometimes her attitude.
Yeah.
That's what it is. As a player, you can take nothing away from John Quill.
That's fair, but in their hometown, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
Team
fine.
Ellie, I guess.
We love Ellie. Okay, what's next? These are fun.
What moment in WNBA history would you change if you could?
What year was it? Oh, I don't know what year it was. Currently not. Oh, I know what it is.
Okay. The 2016 Finals, Game 5. Excuse me, NECA. It was a shot clock violation. The link should have went 3-peat. And I will never forgive the referees. And, fun fact, the WNBA clocked their T and said that it was a shot clock violation. So give Maya Moore her ring.
Give her the ring!
Period.
I will never forget that moment. Do you know how terrible it was to see an obvious shot clock violation and the refs review it and still say it counted just for the WNBA themselves to say, oh, it shouldn't have counted? I will never forget that moment. Oh! And let me say this. I love Candace Parker. I know that championship won for Pat. I'm just saying that was not y'all's game to win. That's it.
Period.
All right. If you had to compare your sister to a WNBA player that's active right now, Who would you pick?
Oh, I got it. Are you gonna say somebody rude? Because I'm literally. I got it. Can I go?
Yes.
Ahem. Morgan is Jackie Young. So Morgan, if you don't know, Jackie Young is a very more quiet person. For us, I'm way more extroverted than Morgan. Morgan is still when she's comfortable with you, she'll show who she is. And I think I know Jackie's teammates have said that about her. But also, if y'all seen Jackie, if you piss her off, she will literally tell you ain't like that, you don't want to fight me. And one thing about Morgan, you don't want to fight Morgan. I'm so serious. I grew up fighting her. I promise you, you don't. But she's someone who, until you piss her off, she's cool. But once you do, leave the room. When the quiet person wants to fight, run. So that's why Morgan's Jackie Young.
And Maya is Diana Taurasi. She is not afraid to get buck in your face. She'll tell you straight up, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it's not me. And I just love that about her. So I'm going to pick Maya, and she always wants to say she's the oldest twin, so here you go. You're old as hell.
That's a violation. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. No, you did not call me to it.
I couldn't stop giggling.
I should have went for the gutter.
Wait, I did you justice. I said you like to fight. I didn't lie. You be buck with it.
I don't like to fight. I like to argue.
Okay, yeah. You're not afraid to get bucked.
I sure won't. But
and that's Diana, and you are the older twin. Living your truth.
A violation. You know what? Diana went to 6. She's going to 6 Olympic Games. You know what?
So take your credit.
So thank you for joining us, Evil Twin. We hope y'all enjoy the twinning content, and thank you, Parker, also for officiating us basically with this content. We'd love to see it. So thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Jones and for the Dub. Continue to tune into our rookie season. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that little notification bell so you can see when we drop our episodes. And of course, follow us on all of our socials at Jones and for the Dub on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We be really popping off for little things, so make sure you follow us on all our socials. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all. Hey.
Oh my god. The maximized joint slay. The double